Hello, non-believers out there. This is Sunday school. That's all about. I am the minister. FBP.
We come around once in a blue moon, just to show you that we love you.
Epidemiology, School of Public Health, University of Minnesota, Minneapolis. Department of Epidemiology, School of Hygiene and Public Health, Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore, Maryland. Department of Biostatistics, School of Public Health, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Department of Medicine, School of Medicine, University of Mississippi and University of Mississippi Medical Center, Jacksonville, Mississippi. This was done in 2000, and I guess the study was accepted in 2001. Okay? And they're talking about white blood cells and their effect. Blood was drawn at the ARIC baseline examination beginning in 1987 to 1989 during an average of 8 years follow-up. So they drew the blood and they continued to follow up with the folks. There were 488 incidences of coronary heart disease events throughout that time, 220 incidents of strokes, and 258 deaths from cardiovascular disease. After adjustment for age, sex, ARC field center, because they're taking these blood sites at different places, and multiple risk factors, there was a direct association between white blood cell count and incidence of coronary heart disease and stroke and mortality from cardiovascular disease. Mortality means you're dead. Okay? In African Americans. In African Americans. Okay? So this is not my study. It's not Dr. Ali's study. This is what the European folks are saying about white blood cells in black folks. An elevated total white blood cell count is a risk factor for arteriosclerotic vascular disease. White blood cell derived macrophages and other phagocytes are believed to contribute to vascular injury and arteriosclerotic progression. Several prospective studies have shown a positive and independent association between white blood cell count and coronary heart disease incidence and mortality. However, little is known about the association in African Americans. Now, a 2-year-old could figure that out.
Come on.
If I put something in somewhere and everything around it starts to die, then that means it doesn't belong there. That means that thing, if not completely unnatural, is at least unnatural in context, meaning where it's at. So I'm not saying the white blood cells is unnatural. I'm just saying the white blood cells are proven to be unnatural inside black bodies. That's all I'm saying. And that's all white folks are saying. In fact, I'm just repeating it. I'm just a bullhorn for you. I'm just telling you what they said. White blood cell count is associated with several cardiovascular disease risk factors and, drum roll please, white blood cell count is higher in smokers than non-smokers. So that's where the problem with the whole smoking cigarette thing comes in, the tobacco, yada yada. And just a little FYI, if you were wondering, studies consistently report a lower white blood cell count in African Americans than in whites. Although again, they say the reason is unclear. The reason's unclear. That African Americans naturally have very low white blood cell counts, and whenever they do get a little bit more than a low, they start dying off for some reason. Heart stops. Heart want to stop beating, all kind of shit.
Yeah, lupus, all this stuff. It's
everything.
It's a downslide. And this goes back to
lupus, autoimmune disease.
Yeah, autoimmune. Yo, this goes back to what he was talking about with this candida and the fungus. Now, to make it even, bring it even home, I mean, some of y'all eat cheese. It's all right. It's all right. You eat cheese. You're giving your babies milk. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
You sure you're
on a daily basis candidating yourself to death. All right? So that's important on the preliminary. The diet and the disease effects of the candida from what we're eating. All right, that's killing us. It's contributing to us. And then when you go further, you can play this conversation into different ways. I know some of the sisters, you mad at the black man, you hate his guts. Your father wasn't nothing. Your grandfather, your uncle raped you. Your boyfriend left you with 2 babies. You done with the black man. All right, that's a savage black man. I want to try to redeem you. If you go and get with a white man, the private conversation is going to be brought to you by the doctor. If you want to have a child, it can only be born synthetically. All right? So he's going to say, listen, you're pregnant. In 2 months, here, take this Rogan, and we're going to go into detail. See, everything we're talking about this is just preliminary. So if you're watching this YouTube video, you need to understand you are not getting educated fully right now. You got to watch the live stream or come out to understand on the 10th, February 10th, 6 p.m. Black and Nobel.
And the 9th.
And the 9th.
And the 9th.
Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll make sure that we get the stuff and throw it on the YouTube so you have the, the logistics.
Marian Wright Center.
The
Marian Wright Center. We got it right here. Download.
I think they heard Sheem in the background telling us.
Hey, that's how we do. You know what I mean?
Sheem's in the background.
Marian Wright Center.
Prince is on the cameras, like 8 cameras, 100 cameras.
Right. We going in. But yeah, Marian Wright Center, February 9th. Come out Wilmington, Delaware. And then we're going to be the next day right here, Shaker Maxim in Philly at Black and Nobel.
Big
you
up
gotta
Paulie.
come out.
Big up Paulie.
Come on.
Big up Paulie out there putting the joint together.
Indeed. And get in that black bank on the 10th.
Tour.
Yeah. We're going to see because we can't cover all these things. We got to do a tour where we cover each one of these things. So at least we have a reservoir of knowledge where people can actually look at it scientifically and be like, yo, that's real. I can't have a baby. I'm a black woman. I cannot have a baby naturally by a white man. It can't happen. I have to take drugs, all right, to destroy the power of my red blood cell. And the technical term of the disease, I'm going to show you the pictures and bring you somebody in who died. A family member died because they tried to have a child with a white man without taking the drugs. All right? Brother Terrence, he's in the society. His little cousin tried to have a seed by a white man. She didn't get the drugs, and she died. The disease on the child is called erythroblastosis.
Hold on. See, wait, listen. That's when we need Sinetta, though.
Yo.
I can't lie. Because Sinetta would have just cut the video, dropped the explosion. You know, Sinetta coming with the crazy shit, right?
Yo, you can't. But sisters, you cannot do it.
Have your ass in the building. Ali Muhammad's on fire.
Yo, it's real. Is that real though? See, this is why we gotta have this conversation. Because it's not being had by your black doctors. Are not happening.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And some of them want to have these conversations with you.
Yeah, they don't want the license to get canceled.
That's it. They got to sign that paperwork. That's it. They got to sign that paperwork.
Yeah.
That they can go to jail for life. The license goes out the window. They can go to jail for life and get fined or fined. Like it gets crazy. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So you know, you got to see it.
Yeah, it's
our phenotype is different than those folks. We're different species.
Yeah. So now look, if we all one, why can't you just go have a baby with them without taking the drugs? Now, check it out. Now you Christian, okay, Jesus, or you Muslim, Allah, or Yahweh,
wait, you New Age Christian in this, not Jesus, Yoganandi?
Oh yeah, they got all kinds of that's the first time I heard that.
They got new Jesus. Wait, they said they got new Jesus.
They gave Jesus a Buddhist name?
And they gave Jesus a Buddhist name.
They got
like a light afro now. I said, oh man, these folks is deep.
But yo, look, now check out. Now if your God made everybody one, how come he can't allow for you to have a baby by the white man naturally? It shouldn't be that you got to take drugs synthetically to induce it.
That's a good question.
Because what will happen if you don't? If you're not killed, your red blood cells and production of white blood cells at that point will kill the child.
That's right.
It will kill the child.
That's it.
Your body is saying, "You're not my baby.
That's foreign.
You're foreign to me. Get up out of me." And we're going to show it to you so you can see it. So I'm saying that to say this is not an impractical conversation. This conversation needs to be had from the White House
This dude is crazy right here.
to South Philly, 22nd and Warren, to wherever we gotta go. We gotta have a conversation because it's happening. You know what I mean? The rate, the genetic rate is happening.
And you know what's crazy? Because I looked at that drug. And you know what's funny? There are remarkable resemblances between the way that drug functions in the uterus and the way these new multi-baby drugs work.
Oh, bruh.
It's remarkable because it like acidifies the whole uterus,
Right.
so that your natural egg turns into like a fungus.
Okay, now check it out. See, this is deep. Now, we're taught in embryology. This is why we got to go at every system, and we're going to be on tour on this. We're taught, okay, we're taught in medical school, zygote come together, boom, explosion, immaculate conception. Now the egg is in there. It's going to attach to the wall, and then it's going to start dividing. All right? Check it out.
That's crazy.
I'm going to prove, this is what I'm going to prove. They tell you that at conception, now this is it. They tell you at conception, this is what they tell us. At conception, you got 23 chromosomes from the male sperm, 23 chromosomes from the ovum, and then they come together and make 46. That's not what happens. That is
an absolute
Now
farce.
look. Everyone who studies embryology, a real doctor will tell you that ovums don't have nuclear DNA.
That's right.
They're just like the blood cells. Now this is deep. I'm going to get back to the ISIS paper thing because I'm going to go in and show you the studies where they're hiding this stuff at. When the black man and the black woman were on the planet, all right, the black man was the giver of DNA and the black woman is the giver of mitochondria. Okay? You got those two. All right? Now before that, there's discussion before that, but we'll deal with that. All right? What does that say to us? All right, that says something very profound. At first, that says if we could prove it that white people are lying about how conception happens, that's important. The second thing is when they do the DNA test now. If you do your DNA test, if they want to find your matrilineal line, all right, they'll make up an excuse and say the autosomal DNA in the woman changes so much,
it's not stable enough.
It's not stable
enough for us to test.
So we use the mitochondria, which is cool. You can do your mitochondrial test, and you can find links of people on the planet. Okay. When you do your nuclear DNA test, it's called a so-called Y chromosome. It's not really a Y chromosome. But you do the nuclear DNA test, you can find out where your parentage is. You can say, okay, I'm linked to the Jollof in West Africa. You can find the links. They're links. That doesn't mean we all, because when we inhabited this planet, the way that they gave that story, we all, some kind of way ended up in Africa. That's not the real history. So we gotta get this right. When we inhabited this planet, we inhabited this orb. We actually made this orb. I ain't gonna, we made this orb.
Around it?
Yeah, I'm not even there. We made this orb to live on. Okay, so we made this orb to live on, and we inhabited every space. And continents have come up and went down, and this thing
Even
has
the
shifted
spaces
around.
within spaces.
Yeah. So my point, going back to the DNA, is this: you can trace your black man and say, okay, black man, and you can trace your black woman. Okay, we got that. When the white man conceives a child, there's a technical term for it. I'm not even going to give the technical term out because y'all going to be all over before the lecture. There's a technical term given for what happens to his...
going crazy right now. Google going to go crazy right now.
His sperm is candida, all right? So what happens when he conceives is the sperm goes from 23.
I'm done.
Sperm goes from 23.
I already said.
Listen.
This dude is crazy.
Goes from 23 to 46.
This dude is crazy. You don't even know Ali like that.
Yo,
Hold on. You don't know Ali like that. You don't know him like that.
Yo, listen.
You don't know Ali like that. This dude is crazy.
Yo,
this dude is crazy. You don't know him like that.
So when they deal with the mitosis and this whole concept, all that's happening is his sperm, as it meets this egg and it goes in, because the sperm actually becomes nuclear DNA. That's, you got to understand that. As it goes into the egg,
that's a given.
It becomes nuclear because the ovum is anuclear. All right.
That's right. And
so when
the
it goes,
pieces falls off.
We can do this all night long. Line these niggas up, do them one by one.
Welcome to the set, this the anthem. A lot of snakes in the game, I peep the bullseye. Judge on my hip, I throw shit, bullseye. What I wanna hustle for, till I'm sharp-winded. Been fucking with birds, I'm like a hawk with it. Judge hit your side, look like a shark bit it. I got my eyes on your pictures, I'm like a hawk, get it, Cyclops bitch.